Hello friends, welcome to KK Java Tutorials. In this video tutorial, we'll talk and learn about Java 9 try with resource enhancement, right? So guys, first of all, let's try to understand what is try with resource and how it was introduced in the Java, why it was introduced in the Java 7 and what enhancement has been done in the Java 9. And of course, we'll explore this concept through an example so that we will have clear understanding. Yeah. So Java introduced a try with resource feature in Java 7 that helps to close resource automatically after being used, right? So it is not new, but it was introduced in the Java 7, right? In other words, we can say that we don't need to close resource like file or database connection, etc. explicitly. Try with resource close that automatically by using auto closable interface. In Java 7, try with resources has a limitation that requires a resource to declare locally within its block. Right? This is all uh, concept related to try with resources. But let's try to understand through an example. So here I have a file test.txt. I have a file is called test.txt which contains few lines. Right? I would like to read this file. Right? So that I can explain you how we can use try with resource, right? So how traditionally we are coding. So if you look at the scanner class implements closable interface, right? And closable interface ultimately extends auto closable, which has a close method, right? So we can close this method explicitly, and we can after being used this scanner, we can close it explicitly. How we were doing prior to Java 7, right? Now a scanner, now I'm going to use try block, and there I'm going to use this a scanner class, right? So a scanner class basically I'm going to basically use to read data from this txt file. I know that there are various ways to read data from the text file, but one of the way to use a scanner class, right? Now here print stack trace, and of course I required a finally block because I want to close the resource explicitly, right? So here we have scanner. Now scanner, we need to create an object of this guy. So scanner equal to new scanner, and if you look in the scanner, then there are lot of constructors are available, right? So I would say scanner, then one of the constructor I'm going to use uh, that is input stream, right? So here we need to provide a reference of input stream. So of course we need to declare these things input stream, right, which belongs to java.io package. Input stream initialize with null, and now we need to instantiate this class, right? But this class is, guys, abstract class, so we need to find a concrete class which basically extend this class so that we can create an object of that class and we can assign to reference of this. So one of the class that extend this abstract class is called file input stream, right? So I'm going to create an object of file input stream, and that I will assign to this reference. I will say new file input stream. This class basically extends this input stream, right? And again, file input stream is having a lot of constructor. One of the constructor, I'm going to take this one, which basically directly takes the file name, right? So make sure that this file is available in your class path, right? So this not class path, but in your root directory, project root directory, right? Now 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 this input string I'm going to pass it over here, right? Now now a scanner I'm going to read, I'm going to use to read data from the file. So I would say scanner loop. I'm going to use while loop to make use of this scanner. So scanner is having a method has next line, right, which basically returns boolean value. So this line of code is going to return true uh, as long as uh, as long as data is available, right? It will read first of all this line. This line has some data, so it will return true. This is also going to return true, and after that, that is going to return false, right? Now I'm using while loop, and just I'm going to print each line, right? So here I will use a scanner dot next line, right? It will read every line, right? In one iteration it will read one line. Now here thing is that we are using these two resources we have to close as well, right? So here I'm going to check if a scanner not equal to null, right? Then I would say scanner dot close, right? So explicitly I'm going to close this close method. Again I need to check if input stream not equal to null, then I need to close this resource, right? Okay. Now that's the that's the traditional way we used to write the code prior to Java 7, right? And now if I run this code, it is working perfectly fine, right? Now thing is that this line of code we have written extra, right, when you compare from Java 7, because Java 7 came up with the new feature. You don't need to really close this resource explicitly. See, explicitly, rather what you can do, you can declare these resources. Let me show you how we can declare resources in try. So what you can in Java 7 onwards, what changes happen, let me show you. So now I'm going to convert this code into Java 7 compatible code. So what Java 7 says, hey, you don't need to close these resources explicitly, because these resources basically ultimately implements auto closable interface, right? So you can declare your resources something like this, right? So what what went wrong? Okay, this is not required. So in try you can, what is saying, type mismatch cannot convert. Okay, oh okay guys, so scanner I have done mistake, sorry guys. This is blunder. So what I have done, I was supposed to copy over here, right? And this one I had to assign input string. So that was the mistake I've done, sorry for that, right? And now delete these two lines of code, and this try with beside of try you have to give this bracket, and you can declare these resources over here. If you declare resource something like this, uh, problem is that here input stream is not getting recognized, so you have to change this order, right? So first of all we have to declare this and then semicolon. Of course you can declare multiple resources, right? Not a problem at all, right? This semicolon is not required, right? So that's the way basically you can declare more than one resources beside to this try. So this is the way basically we write code from Java 7 onwards, and this close method you don't need to really call explicitly. Now it will be called automatically by the JVM, right, once this resource using is done, right? And now if I run here, you can see there is no compilation error as well, right? So now you might be wondering, this feature was added in Java 7, how it is working in Java 9? So let me tell you. So whenever any enhancement happens, then Java take care about the legacy code as well. Means Java is also backward compatible, right? So feature which was added in Java 7, that is also working in Java 9. So that's the basically way we used to code from Java 7 onwards, right? So here you can see few lines of code we have reduced. Now JVM is going to call basically JVM is going to call that close method automatically if resource implement auto closable interface, right? So this was the scenario till Java 7. Now what enhancement happened in Java 9 then? So in Java 9 what you can do, these resources, now Java 9 allows you to declare outside of this try, right? So I can declare these resources outside of try. Now here you can pass these resources, right? Something like this. So in Java 7, this code is not valid at all, right? What is saying? Okay, you have to give the semicolon. So this is valid in Java 9, guys. This enhancement had done in the Java 9. So it is throwing some exceptions. So there you have two options, either you can declare exception or you can surround this code with try catch. So just I'm going to declare this exception, file not found exception, right? And here you can see it is compiled, it is not showing any kind of compilation error, right? If I run, then it is working fine. But if I change the compiler version, let's say Java 8 and 9 is installed on my machine. So if I take the compiler version, earlier it was 9, if I take 1.9 compiler version, apply and close, then it will show you compilation error in this line, because Java 8 prior to Java 9, this is not allowed at all, right? You can't declare your resources outside of try, right? But in Java 9, from Java 9 onwards, it is valid, right? So I'm going to change the compiler version again 9 instead of 8, and if you once you change, then you'll see it will compile successfully, right? And if I run, it could run perfectly fine. So guys, this was the one of the enhancement has been done in Java 9 with respect to try with resource, right? So that's all I wanted to show in this video tutorial, guys. Big thank you for watching this video, and see you there in the next video tutorial.